exerting some pressure over Bryce to actually be as good as Bronny?
I give you Todd Marinovich. That's the telltale story.
I got it.
He didn't want, his dad pushed him so hard, he pushed him in a direction that he didn't need to go. And he turned to substances that he didn't need to turn to.
He rebelled,
So what happens is LeBron is trying to, as a family...
Although, by the way, Todd Marinovich, he achieved a high level because he was a high pick for the Raiders and started games for the Raiders.
He had a couple of 300-yard games.
He did.
But, Skip, what LeBron is doing in this family movie, this is about family look. Fathers and sons, mothers, daughters. Let your child choose the path.
I got it. No,
that they want to go. Because a lot of times, Skip, we want to, especially, now LeBron is a very different animal here. A lot of times parents tried to choose a path that they couldn't go down. So they want to live their life through their kids. I was very fortunate. I didn't have to live my life through my kids, so I allowed my kids to be themselves. So Key didn't want to play football. He didn't want to play basketball. He didn't want to do sports. That was fine with me. What's going to make you happy, son? So LeBron had to learn the hard way. What was going to make Dom happy wasn't playing basketball. It was gaming. And it wasn't until he lost him that he realized, you know what? I would rather have my son than lose him because because I want him to do something that he doesn't want to do.
But I thought LeBron was like Father of the Year. So I'm trying to get comfortable with, wait a second, the Father of the Year is actually the Great Santini. Do you know that movie, The Great Santini?
I don't.
Well, he's the all-time ultimate cliche demanding dad, like to a fault. And I just didn't want to see LeBron be the Great Santini, be the overbearing, demanding dad to a fault, where he lost his son for a while to the dark side, right? And then they finally sort of hug and kiss and make up and all that. And again, it's kind of shaky at the end because LeBron, he's not capable of pulling that off. I wasn't convinced by it in the end that that's what melted the forces of evil. You know,
let's not get carried away now. LeBron is human. Athletes are human. I know they have an enormous amount of talent, and they can do things the average person can only dream of doing, but he is human. And maybe that's what maybe, I don't know, Skip, but I'm saying this is a movie. Sometimes it's dramatization, sometimes but maybe it is a situation where he was too overbearing on the middle son. Maybe it was a situation that the middle son at some point in time didn't want to do it. And LeBron, maybe that is the case, but I overall took that as a family movie. Family, hear your kids out. Push them in the direction that they want to go, as long as they're not harming themselves or someone else. And that's what I took from that movie. LeBron, LeBron missed a shot, but as the coach told him, LeBron, you can go places with this game. You just need to take it serious. Okay, LeBron took it serious. A lot of times what we have to understand, Skip, is that they might not take it as serious as us in the beginning. See, Key wasn't, for me, Skip, I couldn't wait to play a game and call my brother and tell him what I did, be it high school, college, or in the NFL. I was excited. He didn't get that kind of excitement. He got excited by telling me, Dad, I got an A in this. Dad, I remember I Have a Dream speech. Skip, I think he was like 8 or 9 years old. He remembered the entire speech. He was so excited to say, Dad, I remember the entire speech. He got that kind of excitement that I got from telling my brother I caught 3 touchdowns for 200 yards. So then, now it dawns on me, Skip, my son ain't gonna be no professional football player. My son's not gonna even be a college player. My son's gonna be an academia. I'm gonna love him the same.
All right, I got it. I appreciate that. But in the end, I challenge everyone to go back and watch the first one if you can't remember it from '96. The theme is that you have real NBA players, starting with Barkley and Patrick Ewing, Muggsy Bogues, we can go on. And what become the Monstars decide that they need to actually steal their talent. And you can see them actually playing in NBA games, and their talents get sapped, zapped out of them. And all of a sudden, it's funny because it's very inspired and clever to watch Charles Barkley just be some guy trying to walk through an NBA game and he can't even catch the basketball. That's clever to me. And then those Monstars go on to be challenged by Michael Jordan, who gets sucked down a golf hole, and he's playing golf against Larry Bird and Bill Murray, who at that point was still pretty famous from his Caddyshack scenes.
Days, yes.
And so they're all hitting shots to a par 3, and the Toon Squad is underneath the green and tilts the green so that Michael's ball goes in the hole on one shot, a hole in one.
Right.
And as he reaches into the cup to pull his ball out, he gets pulled down through the, so to speak, black hole down into Toonville to save the Toon Squad.
Right, but, but at the end of the day, what this is about? This is about Michael Jordan being so great that he can say, this was about him. LeBron made it about family. And I'm not saying Michael didn't have a... Look, you make a movie that you feel is going to be best.
Well, in the end, it is a cartoon, right?
Ta-da! And how many cartoons have a family setting? Skip, we haven't seen a whole lot of this. And plus, the females, Lola Bunny, she was the best athlete. She wasn't sexualized.
No.
You look, they got a Neko Bumake. They got Diana Taurasi.
They did.
So I love what I'm seeing.
It's much more politically correct this time, sure.
So when I look at it, Skip, I took from the movie, I said, LeBron, you did a good job because you're trying to convey, like you said, this is animation, this is cartoon. Now, Skip, the CG is, for 25 years ago, what it is today compared to what it was then is night and day. And 25 years from now, it'll be even night and day further. But the message that he was trying to convey, that he put out there, I thought he did a great job of doing it. Yes, they had a lot of IPs and product placement. Yes, LeBron had a lot of product placement in there, from Nike to his logo and all that. I get all of that. But for me, it did not detract from the theme of what the movie was trying to convey, that family and fathers, mothers, hear your kids out.
So you thought LeBron was a better actor than Jordan was in the first one?
I thought, Skip, they were acting doing different things. If LeBron was put in a situation where it says, okay, LeBron, I just want you to go out there and be the best basketball player you could be. But that's not what he was doing. He's being a father. At some point in time, it's hard for you to be the best basketball player and the best father. But I think LeBron James pulled it off. I thought he did an unbelievable job, and I'm glad I got an opportunity to see it.
So, in the end, I even had a problem with Don Cheadle because he's actually too lovable to be the classic villain that you needed in this movie. And I don't know if you've seen the new Steven Soderbergh, the No Sudden Move. Is it on Netflix or...
No, I haven't seen it.
Okay, we were actually in one not too long ago called High Flying Bird. Remember that was a Soderbergh movie that we had a cameo.
Yes.
So the latest one features Don Cheadle, and he isn't good in it. He is great in it.
I know Don very well. He's from Denver, so I know him very well. Yes, he's tremendous.
But he plays a lovable criminal in this one and just takes the No Sudden Move over. And it's almost like a nod to that role. He's the villain in the new Space Jam, and he's oddly lovable. Like I can't hate him, I can't fear him. He's too cool to fear.
Well, I think the thing is, Skip, in actuality, he wants to be respected. He wants to be loved because nobody takes him serious for what he does. He does this great job, and nobody really cares about it. So he says, okay, you don't know about...
I had as much sympathy for him and for Dom, the middle son, as I had for LeBron all the way through the game that goes on for like an hour. The whole second half of the movie is the game. I was just saying, I just hope it doesn't go to overtime because I don't know if I can stay awake any longer.
No, LeBron, it wasn't going to overtime because we had something up our sleeve.
No, did you?
Yeah.
Well, you had the director up your sleeve. You had the writers up your sleeve.
And guess what happened? When it came down to it, the son realized my dad only wants what's best for me.
He did.
And he flipped the switch and won the game at the buzzer.
Because he came over to the good guys, quote unquote. Except I'm not sure if the good guys were the bad guys or the bad guys were the good guys.
The bad guys were the bad guys were the bad guys.
I think they were actually the good guys.
He was the original bad. He started out as a bad guy, but and Skip, that happens sometimes. Sometimes kids will turn against their parents because you pushed them in a corner. You pushed them into a place.
Well, I ask you again. Do you think it was autobiographical? Do you think that Bryce and LeBron have had that issue?
Skip, I wouldn't even want to speculate on that. I have no idea.
It was interesting.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, you know, the only critic, and I appreciate both of your takes, the only critic that really matters is $31 million opening weekend, and that is a huge number for them.
Yeah, that's not true.
Hold on.
Wait a minute. minute. He's got 142 million followers.
Hold on.
It's a big deal for them.
And hold on, Skip. We are in a pandemic. Now, if this movie had came out in 2019, and when you could, because hey, people still.
Well, wait a second. We're in a pandemic in L.A., not in the rest of the country.
But here's the thing, Skip. People are still a little concerned about going. Not everybody, but some are concerned about going and sitting in movie theaters. And if I'm gonna go and Skip, you know, the last thing a lot of times some people want to do is go sit into a movie theater. Now, a basketball game, a football game, or good outdoor. Skip, I've been cooped up for the last year and a half.
I ain't trying to go. I think they're pouring out to the theaters.
But the audience score. So the Rotten Tomatoes gave it a terrible score.
They did.
But the audience, after they saw it, gave it an 81 score. The audience, after they saw the original, gave it a 63 score. Now, I'm not a mathematician.
Yep.
But normally
what have I told you? Blind witnesses.
No, I'm not a mathematician, but normally the higher the score, the better it is. Unless you're playing golf.
Yeah.
Then the lower the score, the better it is.
Those must be kids under 12.
See,
my hot take.
That's what the movie was for, for kids.
Because I kind of liked it. I thought the message was good. It's a kids movie. We're moving on for now. Good stuff from both of you guys. But can we please talk about the finals? How did Giannis and the Bucks steal Game 5 on the road? And will the Suns be able to force a Game 7? Do they have it in them? That is all coming up next.